everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're new, thank you for watching. The Grammy Awards are in less than a month, so I thought I would talk about the two updates that they made to the Grammy categories. The first one is that there's going to be a new category for the best album cover, and the second one is that best country album is going to be split. So now there's going to be best traditional country album and best contemporary country album. First, I would like to talk about the new category for the best album cover. Now, this is the cover for the album Brat by Charli XCX. When I first heard that they were coming out with the new category for best album cover, I thought, wow, this is great, long overdue. However, they should have had it last year, and this album cover for Brat by Charli XCX, this should have won. Now, I know album covers are very subjective as to what people think is good. However, I've come up with a list of like 3 things that I think, a good album cover should probably have. Okay, so one is that it has to make sense for the album, right? And that will vary by genre as to what kind of image you're looking for. And then also it should like stand alone, like regardless of whether or not there's music attached to it, like it should stand alone as a piece of art by itself. And then number 3, it has to be good for like marketability and for like branding, and then you'll be able to like sell stuff and make merch. So for the Brat album, this is why I think the Brat album is perfect. For one, it makes sense for the album. It embodies the idea of brat, right? So it's like push my hair back, look hot when I'm bumping that, It's like I don't even care. I'm gonna have just 4 letters on the album cover, very low resolution, and that's my album cover, right? And that is brat. That is the most brat thing that could possibly be for an album cover. So that perfectly nailed it, because the album cover is Brat. Number 2, it stands alone as well. So regardless of whether or not you've heard a single song on this album, right? If you're walking in the record store and you see this, you're like, whoa, what is that? Because it's bright green, or should I say brat green. And you're like, what is this? It draws your attention, and that's something that you need as well to, get more people to be interested. And then number 3, the marketability of Brat is genius. You could have something that's not even like a Brat branded thing, but you see something that's green and you go, oh, that's Brat green, right? Brat was a cultural movement, a cultural reset. And the fact that, see how the letters are like very low resolution, right? You got people who are just have plain white t-shirts and they're just drawing the letters Brat on it. And that is Brat. It's like the whole thing is a circle. It all works together. And that's why Brat is the perfect album cover. And I'm going to show the ones that were nominated for this upcoming year, 2026. Not a single one of them even gets close to touching what Brat had. I have 2 examples that I want to share really quick of what I think personally are good album covers, right? So this is the album cover for Enema of the State by Blink-182. Okay, for one thing, this lovely woman right here, she's an adult film actress, which perfectly fits the brand of Blink-182. If you've ever heard a Blink-182 song, then you know what I'm talking about. It's right up their alley. Then look at the little pill logo that says Blink-182 that she has on her jacket, right? People, those are made into different patches that people have on like their bags or whatever. They're made into stickers that people put on their guitar. Like the branding of this was perfect, and it perfectly fit their brand. And this is another one of my favorite album covers. This is the cover for Loveless by My Bloody Valentine. This looks like what the album sounds like, or even just shoegaze in general. It's like you can't really tell what you're looking at. Like you can see the fretboard for a guitar, but you don't really know what you're looking at because it's just this mix, right? Which is kind of like in shoegaze. There's like this ethereal mix with the pedals and the guitars and the vocals, and it's all kind of dreamlike. This looks like what shoegaze sounds like. So in that way, it is perfect for the album. Okay, so this is the album cover for Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator, which is nominated for Best Album Cover this year. I look at this and I think this is a lot of nonsense. I don't think this is a great album cover, and I don't care what anybody has to say about, oh, well, this is one of his characters. Nope, I don't care. Now, I have warmed up to it a little bit since the nominations came out, but compared to what could have been the best album cover, I just don't think this is it. Now, this is the album cover for The Crux by Dijo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Now, it's okay. Like, I like the, I don't know how to word this exactly, but like, the symmetry, where there's symmetry, like the way the lines are, how stuff is like positioned, if that makes sense. Like it's okay, but once again, it's not really calling my name, so to speak. Here is the album cover for Debut Terrar Mas Photos by Bad Bunny. This is not it for me. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, what symbolism? No. To me, it's like this is very kind of bland. which is not to say that, I mean, bland stuff can work sometimes, but this is just, I just don't get it. I don't get the vision. Here's the album cover for Glory by Perfume Genius. Now, here I can see the vision. I really can see the vision. It doesn't mean that I think it's the best ever, but I get where they're coming from. Okay, I can see the vision. This is the cover of the album Moisturizer by Wet Leg. I don't think this is the album cover of the year. I feel like a lot of it is too dependent on like the way that these people look, right? So for example, the bleached eyebrows, the pink and like the reddish auburn color in the hair, the very long nails. Like I feel like the only thing that makes it interesting are like the little details about it. But besides that, like as a big picture, it doesn't really give anything to me. And I know you could say maybe that's, the point. Maybe you're supposed to think, oh, what is this? And then you look closer and you see all the little details. But to me, I don't, it's not for me. The second update that was added to the Grammy categories is that the best country album is going to be either best traditional country album or best contemporary country album. Now, obviously, we all know that this was the reason why this happened is because people didn't like that Beyonce won for best country album for her album Cowboy Carter, and they thought, this isn't actually country. And there were a lot of people that were, kind of mad on both sides of this. And Michael Strahan went on Good Morning America. He's one of the like news anchor people, and he said, he doesn't know if they're changing the sound of country music or if they're changing the color of country music. So basically insinuating that the reason why people didn't like that Beyonce got the awards because she's black. So I've looked into this. I'm going to show pictures of the people who are nominated for Best Traditional Country Albums, 5 people, and then there's also 5 people who are nominated for Best Contemporary Country Album. So Best Traditional Country Album, this is Charlie Crockett. He is mixed, so he's part black and part white. So he's nominated for Best Traditional Country Album. This is Lucas Nelson. This is Willie Nelson. This is Margot Price. And this is Zach Top. Those were all the people that were nominated for the Best Traditional Country Album. Here is Kelsey Ballerini. This is Tyler Childers. Eric Church. This is Jelly Roll. And this is Miranda Lambert. So as we can see, most of these people for both of the country categories are white. The only person that was like not fully white was nominated for the Best Traditional Country Album, right? Even though some people seem to think that the traditional one was going to be for the white sounding music, it's also Best Contemporary Country Album, because contemporary isn't just, what they would push off as being like black sounding music. It's also this like pop country pop kind of stuff that like some of these people are doing. But regardless, I'm not really a country person, so I don't really have much to speak on that. However, I will say, if there was going to be an album for like best shoegaze, if there's going to be a best shoegaze album award, and I saw that Deftones was nominated for that, I might feel a certain way. Because do they have shoegaze influences? Are there certain songs they have that I would say, that sounds kind of shoegazy? Yeah, sure. However, I would never say that Deftones is a shoegaze band in the same way that, My Bloody Valentine is a shoegaze band. Honestly, I think the change is kind of long overdue. This is me in Las Vegas, by the way. But there's multiple other genres that, they have one category that's best traditional, whatever genre, and then another one that's best contemporary. I think maybe like R&B has one of those, something like that, because as, time changes, genres do change and it becomes a different genre within itself. So therefore, shouldn't those genres be, distinguished for their own individual influences? But regardless, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you had a wonderful day.